How are you doing today? All right. So as per request, I want to show you all once again how we go about with making that crochet flower design. So I'm going to show it very soon. And while we're at it, why I could just also tell you the story, a story about, let's see, what story can I tell you today? I've told you about a lot of stories. Okay, let me think of one. For this design, we will not be doing pin, all right? We will need the crochet pin. So let me show it to you now. We will be doing it like this. So I'm just going to show you how it looks like, just one side. First of all, we make a loop. And then pass it through. Just as simple as that. Now, let me see a story that I can tell you about that's also hilarious and very funny. Let me think of one. I've gotten one. Okay, let me tell you a story because let me see. Hi Ishan, welcome. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. How is your day going? So this story is about the school supplies that happened in a friend of mine in her school. So she went to her school. In her school they have the school supplies, like, you know, like they have these schools that school supplies, all right? And she decided that she was going to, because she's telling me the story, all right? So here's the fun part. So there is all of these fanciful things. Let me just wipe that out. These simple pencils, erasers, markers, and all of that. So my friend mentioned that, let me just give her a nice name, Maya. So Maya was like, okay, in her school, in her class, she was the one that was selected to bring these school supplies. It's just how it is in some schools. So right now we're going to make up to 15 of these right here, all right? So that's what she said, that she had to get the school supplies, and then later on, as she decided to work through with these school supplies, taking it to school, all of a sudden, let me bring the music closer, it makes everywhere very nice. All right, so she's like going to the school, all of a sudden everything falls, like she trips over something and she falls and everything spills. The school pencil, pen, all of it falls, and it was like eraser flying over to the decks. Everything just scattered. It was absolute chaos, you guys. So the markers, they roll everywhere. The pencils, they are bouncing across the floor, and everything is just turning into a complete disaster. Now my friend Maya, she's like, why of all today, that when others are carrying the whole design, they don't have the issue of, you know, having supplies falling out of their bags. So why is it her? Because that would mean that she would have to check for it, and that was not something that she had time to do, because it was almost the morning assembly period, and she was like, how am I going to get everything all together before that time? Because when the students come in, it is going to be even more worse than others, as you can see. So one kid accidentally steps on a marker while she's thinking of how to move through with all of this, and Maya is like panicking. She's like trying to save the supplies while someone just accidentally just stepped on the marker. It was like total chaos at the moment. All right, and then it happened that she saw the way everything was going off, and then decided that, okay, maybe it's best if she asks someone for help. So someone then tries to organize it for her as she asks for help. And then as they are trying to arrange everything before the school bell for assembly comes on, they mix up every notebook, both the ones that are meant for a particular class and the one that are not meant for the particular class. Everything is all mixed up. And the funny part of it all is that the supplies are everywhere. These kids are laughing at that moment. It wasn't a funny thing, but they were just laughing. And the teachers were like shaking their heads like, cha. And Mina also saw the way everything just scattered, and it became a crying and a laughter moment. While she's trying to grab a pencil, it falls. So everything just turned out into something else. But anyway, it all turned out great because she told me the story, so I assume that they must have figured out how to pull it all together. That's one thing for sure. So the bottom line of it all is that the school supplies, she said she was not going to volunteer again for that. If it were other tasks, no problem, but for that one, she was like, no, so that the mistake doesn't happen once again. And I'm like, wow. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Now it's time. I've already shown you many times how it is. Now, as per request, I'm going to show you one more time for this design how it goes. So after making 15, which we made, then we add our sewing needle, and then we start stitching from the side. So I'm only doing one layer, not two, as per what we always made back then. This is just one layer, so I'm just going to quickly, you just loop it through it as always. All right, so we are going to stitch all the way up. Gently we stitch all the way up. So for those who are seeing me, hi, I'm Marvy Scoarts. In this channel I do make videos, relatable videos, DIY crafts, and sometimes I do tell stories during my live streams. So if you're someone who loves any of that, welcome aboard and welcome to our community. Hi Aria, how are you doing? If you want to check out my other platforms, you can also see them in my YouTube channel here. Once you click on the name, you'll see everything, both the YouTube and other platforms as well. So I'm going to stitch it through all of them. As you can see, I'm using a kitchen utensil, the fork in this case, so that we'll be able to get that design. So in this case, I'm doing it a one layer, not two, which is what many of you have seen so far. I'm doing it like a single one. So if you have any questions, let me know in the chat. Sometimes it does glitch a bit, so it's hard to keep up with some of the chats that are rolling. So I have to pause for some moments before I check it out. So if you have any questions with regards to the art that I'm making, let me know in the chat. Or if you're watching the live replay, also let me know as well. I'll be sure to read them out. So this design is one of the favorite from look of things. This is one of the faves that so many of you love. Even I love this design as well. So I'm not surprised that a lot of us, we all love this style. And one good thing about it is that it's not hard. You can make like 100 of these in a day and you wouldn't even get tired of it. It's just simple. The technique is just easy. Just loop 15 times, stitch all the way back, and then loop out, just simple like that, and then you are done. So now we've looped all the way up here. And then we loop back again all the way through. So this is one layer that I'm showing you how to do. Loop back. Then the first two right here, we just loop through the two of them like that. So in the story for the school supplies incident, she also mentioned that's Maya. She also mentioned that the school janitor was also involved when they were working on the school supply, how to retrieve it and all that. And it wasn't easy because everything was flying all over. But in the end, it turned out great. So here we have it. So we're going to pull them all together. So this is one layer. So this is it. One layer, and then you tie. When we tie it like this, we've gotten our very first petal. Let me tie it quickly and then show it to you so that you all will see how it looks like. All right, so when we have 5 of these, we'll be able to get a petal more like this one. I've shown you how this design, this is the design, this is for 2 layers, but I'm doing just for 1 layer, so this is how it is. So when we get more like 5 of these, depending on how you want it to be, this is just 1 layer. Very easy, very cutesy, and then we'll be able to have a whole bouquet of our beautiful flower design. So that's how to go about with it. Hopefully it helps. All right, if you have any design, flower design that you would like to see or that you'd like to share with us, welcome once again to the community. And yeah, you're free to comment in our posts so that we will be able to make new designs like that as well. All right, so thank you so much for joining and watching today, and I'll see you all next time. All right, have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye. Mwah.